It all started with Dominic Baumann from pole position, taking the advantage from Lucas Ordóñez in second spot as the cars worked their way through the first chicane. Already though, first corner, first lap, people were in strife, and one or two blatantly had to go to the escape road. Others just cut across the grass and gained places. And when they all got back on the road, there was more contact and bits of bodywork flew and cars were damaged and some teams' chances were wrecked right at the very start. An early casualty was Frank Stippler. He made an uncharacteristic slip and ran off the road, got himself back onto the circuit, but in so doing, lost a whole heap of places. Some of the back markers were in strife as well, running out of road at the second chicane, and then there was contact that turned around the Derek Pearce Bentley. It wouldn't be his only off of the day. He'd get involved in somebody else's accident later on. Ahmed Al-Hafi was having a good run early on in the Oman Racing Team Aston Martin, but worse was to come for Derek Pearce as he tangled with an Audi and then got biffed from behind by the Conrad Motorsport Lamborghini. More errant Ferraris were found in the middle of the road, and then Steve Earle's car from Kessel Racing had a spectacular engine failure that put that out of the race. Delayed early on was the number 98 BMW. That was out of sequence, but eventually it retired from the race as the 87 Mercedes from the AM Cup had a spin, and working their way up through the order, the WRT number 3 Audi tried to gain track position. Rob Bell had a good first stint. He handed the 58 McLaren over to Côme Ledegar for the middle part of the race. Whereas lower down the order, Stefan Ortelli had a good first stint in the Jaguar run by the Endel Frey Racing Team. Pit stops crucial, and Côme Ledegar blasted away in the Rob Bell 58 McLaren. His task was to maintain the advantage throughout the middle hour, and he would rejoin with traffic everywhere. There was contact between Jaguar and Lamborghini, and that meant that Van Gisbergen, having taken over in the third stint, had to go up the escape road. The traffic did the Kiwi absolutely no favours, but he did his best to work his way through. But Maximilian Buch perhaps benefited just a little bit more, and he was able to get himself up onto the tail of Van Gisbergen. Giancarlo Fisichella ahead was also in a big hurry, working his way through to second place in Pro-Am, having unlapped himself. Van Gisbergen had a little wobble by running a bit wide and a little bit crossed up, hooking the wheel into the gravel. But ultimately he was able to hang on to the advantage, albeit only just, because try as he might, the lead gap just wasn't quite closable as far as Maximilian Buch was concerned. He did his absolute ultimate to have a go. He levelled on the outside going down towards the first of the chicanes. He couldn't quite do it, and it was under braking for the first chicane that it was his best chance. The chance then never came. He would end up 0.341 of a second behind. A win for McLaren in the first Endurance Cup race of the year. Thanks for your company. We'll see you at Silverstone next month. For John Watson and Bruce Jones from David Addison, it's goodbye for now from a dramatic first race at Monza.